Hey folks, this is Bill at Whole Life Soaps in Wrightwood, California, and today we're making a broken mica line marbled soap. Stick around and watch how we do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so in this section of the video, I've got my soap batter prepared and I've poured my initial line and I'm sprinkling mica over. It's kind of messy, so as you can see, I've wrapped some saran wrap around the edges of my mold to make cleanup easier. But basically the idea is that you put a mica line down, then you cover a portion of it with soap, and then you go back over it and break it into the soap with your spatula, just like I'm doing right there. Okay, so I'm going to be pouring another layer, and I'm only going to cover half of it. So let's see me do that. Oh wait, I'm still doing mica, sorry. You think I could see into the future when I'm doing these, right? Okay, so now I'm just pouring over half of the soap as carefully as I can. So as you can see, half of it's mica, half of it's soap. And I'm going to mica back over that and break it in with the spatula again. Pretty easy. Well, it's easy in theory. If it turns out awesome, then it's easy, but okay, so I'm just going to continue to mica. I'm going to continue to pour the soap in. I'm going to continue to break it down with my spatula. And I'm going to admire that bald spot on the top of my head that's starting to come in. Nice. Now I'm going to pour in, I think this is the last of my soap batter. Yeah, pretty much the last of it. There might be a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to mica one more time, I think. I wasn't sure how thick to make my soap batter, so I had it at a pretty loose trace. I did 2 of these, and the second one was a lot more liquidy than this one, and I think this one was a little bit more successful. You'll see when I show you the cut what I mean. I think the thicker the trace, probably the better the result. Getting to the end of my batter here. Make sure to scrape it all into the mold. You don't want to leave a bar of soap just sitting in the pot, right? You know, because that's profit down the drain. Okay, so here's loaf number 2, and I'm doing a purple color this time. Both of these soaps are made with hemp oil, so I substituted part of the olive oil that was in my normal recipe. I substituted it with hemp oil. Hemp's a really nice oil to use in soap. Feels good on the skin, cleans well, moisturizes well. It's every bit as good as olive oil. But this one's going to be purple. And it's going to follow pretty much the same technique as the last soap. I seem to have disappeared. I must have gone off to get something. I think I ran out of purple. I had to get a different purple. Either way. Oh, I had to go get my soap. See, I had to go tighten up my batter. This one was too liquidy. That's what it was. I made this one at a lighter trace because I didn't know which one would work better, so I thought I would try this one to be a bit looser. It was a little too loose, so I went back to my blender and tightened it back up, my stick blender. And then it seemed to be thick enough. I think the first batch I did was probably better. but it's all good. Same concept though, right? Layer the color and then pour the soap. You're going to see why soap is not quite thick enough, because it's just going to kind of swirl the color rather than lay on top of it like it's supposed to. It's too thin. As you can see, it just kind of swirled the color in the pot instead. It'll create a cool effect, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. You know, you live and learn. All right, let's get to cutting. Okay, so we're making that broken mica line soap. You saw the overhead shot of how I was doing it, where I would take a layer of wet soap and make a mica line, kind of push it in with my spatula, and then just over like half of it add some more batter and remica it and push it down and do the same thing. So you go like half batter here, reline it, half batter here, reline it, and every time you reline it, you just kind of push it in with your spatula to kind of break the line up. And so what that's going to do is kind of create a marble line in the soap, make it look like marble rock, if I did it correctly anyway. We'll see how it turns out here in just a sec. If it didn't work, it'll still look okay. So, okay, you can never tell from the ends. Sometimes they look cool, sometimes they don't. That's why they're end pieces. So the idea is that you have more of this kind of effect rather than the straight line effect. So I didn't break it up enough, but they don't look bad. They're kind of cool looking. You know, a little something different. It's definitely a unique looking soap. So as you can see, we were a little bit more successful in breaking the mica line up in this one. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, that's basically a broken mica line. It should have created more of a marble effect. I'll work on that. It's my first time trying it, but it's definitely a cool technique. I will practice some more and see if I can get any more soaps to turn out cool looking, but I don't know. They still don't look bad, and they smell great. Anyway, I'm Bill at Whole Life Soaps in Wrightwood, California. You can buy our products online at wholelifesoaps.com. Visit wholelifesoaps.com, folks. Buy all your soap needs there. All natural, handmade, local business. Thanks.